In this installment, we're going to be going over the MLB bet slate for Friday, August 9th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our August 9th Friday MLB bet slate we got going on. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetShetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91, and don't forget about the Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 7,670,000 subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we are well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day, and I thank you so much. All right, so if you already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a broader audience. All right, now if you want to sign up for that Patreon, remember that link is provided down below. That gives you access to the daily bets, the future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. Also, down in that description box down below will be the bet stamp article for more free bets. All right, more free bets are down there. If you go in that description, you click that link, it'll bring you right over to bet stamp. All right, so we're going to get back on top of things. Today's plays, everything was like one off. All right, everything was like one off, but we're going to get back to it in this video here on Friday. Let's sweep it. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. First game up for Friday here, we have the Washington Nationals in National Park here, 52-64, going up against the LA Angels here, 51-64. For the current odds right now, Washington Nationals are home favorites, -125, with the comeback of the Angels at a +105. Total runs set at 9. All right. Public bet percentage here, 77% of the bets, 65% of the money on the Nationals. For the total runs, we have 94% of the bets, 95% of the money for the over 9. All right. Starting pitching matchup here, Jose Soriano, 6-7 with a 3.47 ERA, going up against Mitchell Parker, 6-6 with a 4.06 ERA. Now, Soriano has been a surprise here for the rotation of the Los Angeles Angels on the road. He has a 2.86 ERA, so very good road ERA. He's been totally different on the road. He struggles at home just a little bit. He's given up a low home run per 9, a low whip, a low average to lefties. But versus righties, the only blemish there is his whip at a 1.33 to opposing righties. So he could give up some hits here to some of these righty bats in that Nationals order. All right. Mitchell Parker, he pitches better at home, similar to a DJ Hurts here. He has a home ERA as a 3.38 ERA, giving up a 286 batting average. But if we're looking at his numbers here, he's given up a lot of righty power, a 1.79 home run per 9, and he's given up hits to lefties. That's that 286 batting average, all right? He's going to have to see 6 righties here in that Angels order. And remember, he's given up a 1.79 home run per 9. So a lot of opportunity here for some power to get going with this Angels team. I think there's value on this Angels team. As you can see, the sharp money is coming in on the Angels as well with 35% of the money compared to the bets. So give me the Angels on the money line here, +105. If I had to go with an over-under, I'm going to lean towards the under in the 9, okay? I don't think this is going to be high scoring here. Both of these pitchers are in their better situations, all right? Parker at home, Soriano on the road. I think it's just the blemish there on the side of Parker with all that power. He's going to have to see 6 righties here. I'm liking the underdog Angels. Next up in Tropicana Field, we have the Tampa Bay Rays 58-56 going up against the Baltimore Orioles 68-48. Looking at this line right here, Orioles as road favorites, minus 125 with the comeback of the Rays at a plus 105. Total runs set at 7.5. All right. For the public, bet percentage here, everything's on the side of the Orioles. 91% of the bets, 100% of the money on the Orioles. For the total runs, 98% of the bets and money towards the over 7.5. All right. Zach Eflin here, 7-7 with a 4.04 ERA. Going against Zach Littell, 5-7 with a 4.06 ERA. Zach Eflin facing his former team here in the Tampa Bay Rays, has been solid since coming over to the Orioles. He has been very strong. Well, no, he hasn't been strong. He's been strong against lefties. He's given up some numbers to righties here. A 1.36 home run per 9 and a 285 batting average. Looking at his numbers in total for the entire season, all right? He's going to have to see 6 righties here on the side of the Rays. But this Rays offense has struggled this season. They just gave up Randy Arozarena as well. So there's going to be a lot of question marks here. Zach Eflin in a spot where he does know this team, just like the Tampa Bay Rays know him. I do trust him in this situation here, going up against Zach Littell, who does have issues, okay? And he has issues against lefties and righties. Usually, Zach Littell does pitch better at home, but when you dig deeper in the numbers, other than the home ERA at 3 and the low whip and low average to lefties, he's giving up to righties a 1.29 home run per 9, a 270 batting average, and a 1.14 whip. That seems okay. But when you look deeper here, Orioles, he has struggled against the Orioles in his career, giving up a 300 average, 4 home runs, and a ton of RBIs here in limited amount of at-bats. Okay, and that brings up what we've seen from Zach Littell on his road numbers as well, because that's the true point. It's somewhere in the middle between Zach Littell home ERA and road ERA. There's got to be a middle point here. And I think the bats of the Orioles is just too strong. I'm going to be on the side of the Orioles. They are favored here on the road. Orioles on the money line. And for the over, I think that's too short between these two pitchers because these are not aces here. Give me the over on the 7.5. In Yankee Stadium here, we have the Texas Rangers, 54-61, going against the Yankees, 68-48. Yankees are home favorites, minus 185 with the comeback of the Rangers at a plus 150. Total run set at 8.5. Public bet percentage here, 92% of the bets, 91% of the money on the side of the Yankees. For the total runs, 96% of the bets, 95% of the money towards the over 8.5. All right, for this pitching matchup here, Cody Bradford, 3-0 with a 3.96 ERA, going up against Carlos Rodon, 12-7 with a 4.37 ERA. Cody Bradford has struggled with power righties, okay? So he's given up an enormous home run per 9 at 2.12. Everything else, it's been a low whip and average. So he does have a home run problem, and you're pitching in Yankee Stadium. That looks like a problem here going against this lineup here. Carlos Rodon, his strong suit is pitching at home with a 3.76 home ERA. But he also gives up home runs as well, okay? And that's at an alarming rate. Versus lefties, it's a 2.45 home run per 9, a 1.36 whip. And versus righties, it's a 1.59 home run per 9. So low whip and low average as well with that. So both of these guys are pitching with a low whip and low average, but giving up home runs at a very high rate. So for this one here, I'm going to go with the over 8.5 as my top play. Between these two pitchers in this type of ballpark here, over 8.5. And if I had to choose money line, I would lean towards the Yankees on the money line at a minus 185. In Rogers Center here, Toronto Blue Jays 53-62, going against the Oakland A's 48-68. Looking at the current odds right now, Blue Jays minus 135 on that money line with the comeback of the Athletics at a plus 110. Total run set at 8.5. For the public bet percentage here, 93% of the bets, 100% of the money on the side of the Blue Jays. For the total runs, 96% of the bets, 98% of the money towards the over 8.5. All right. Pitching matchup here, Mitch Spence, 7-7. With a 4.40 ERA, going up against Jose Berrios, 9-9 with a 4.11 ERA. For the Oakland A's, Mitch Spence is a guy that struggles mightily on the road, a 5.22 road ERA. His numbers against lefties are concerning, a 1.96 home run per nine, a 264 batting average, and a 1.47 whip. So a lot of power and hits to lefties here, and versus righties. This Blue Jays team is getting hot right now at the right moment. Versus righties is a 1.69 home run per nine, okay? Jose Berrios is strong at home. When you get Berrios on the road, you can definitely attack him. At home, it's a below 3 ERA at 2.99. His only blemish is against lefties in the power department with a 1.42 home run per nine, all right? So clearly, the better team here is the Blue Jays with the better pitcher. I'm going to be rolling with this team here to take advantage of Mitch Spence and his struggles on the road, all right? So give me the Blue Jays minus 135. I think that's a short number there with Berrios on the mound. I would consider the minus 1.5 on the run spread. And if I'm going with an over-under, it would be more one-sided here with the Blue Jays scoring. So I'm going to lean towards the under 8.5. In the Lone Depot Park here, Miami Marlins 43-73 going against the San Diego Padres 64-52. Looking at the odds here, road favorites Padres minus 145 on the money line with the comeback of the Marlins at a plus 120. Total runs set at 8.5. All right, public bet percentage 89% of the bets, 100% of the money on San Diego. For the total runs, 94% of the bets, 94% of the money towards the over 8.5. All right, starting pitching matchup here. We got two gas cans on the mound. Martin Perez, 2-5 with a 4.96 ERA. Going up against Edward Cabrera, 2-3 with a 5.96 ERA. For Martin Perez, this guy continues to come back and continues to pitch poorly. All right, he has a 6.44 road ERA. Versus lefties, a 1.79 home run per nine, a 341 batting average, a 1.55 whip, and the BABIP is at 375. Versus righties, it's even worse, a 2.08 home run per nine, a 324 batting average, a 1.88 whip, and the xFIP is almost 6 at 5.47. So this is a good spot here for the Marlins, who are putting whatever type of lineup that they have going here, but it should be strong enough here against this poor lefty in Martin Perez that we've seen him in Texas and numerous other locations, and he still has not improved. Edward Cabrera isn't any better, a 5.14 ERA. He's having lefty issues, all right? 2.25 home run per nine. That he's given up. So a lot of power to lefties. He's going to have to see at least 5 lefties in this lineup here of the Padres. All right. Versus righties, he's given up a 1.59 home run per nine. Not much in the average or the whip department. It's just the power department where he tends to struggle. Okay. So the top play for this game here will be the over 8.5. Love the over 8.5 here between the Padres and the Marlins, but I do think the value is going to be on the side of the Marlins here. So give me the Marlins on the money line as underdogs. Home dogs here is a good spot. Plus 120 going up against Martin Perez, and the over 8.5 as the top play. In American Family Field here, Milwaukee Brewers 65-49 going against the Cincinnati Reds here 56-59. For the odds here, Brewers home favorites minus 140 with the comeback of the Reds at a plus 115. Total run set at 8.5. Okay. For the public bet percentage, 90% of the bets, 100% of the money on the Brewers. For the total runs, 96% of the bets, 97% of the money on the over 8.5. For the starting pitching matchup, Carson Spires, 4-3 with a 3.59 ERA, going up against Aaron Savali, 2-8 with a 5.14 ERA. Now, very interesting matchup here. Aaron Savali has struggled mightily in his last 3 starts here. And this is his new team as well. So he has been struggling with a very big home run issue, a 1.70 home run per nine to both lefties and righties, a high whip at a 1.3 and above to both lefties and righties, and a high average to both lefties and righties at a 270 batting average. So each checkpoint here that are major factors, he is struggling. And being a newly acquired pitcher here, does not look well for a team that is going for the playoffs here. Aaron Savali has looked horrible. All right. Carson Spires on the other side has some lefty trouble, okay? He's going to see at least 4 lefties. That's the only benefit here. Not going to see 6, 7 lefties. Some of these teams now are throwing that many lefties out. He's going to see about 3 to 4, all right? But his lefty trouble here is a 345 batting average, a 1.74 whip, and the BABIP is over 400 at a 435. Other than that, his righty numbers are superb. All right, so that's going to be the strong point here. If Carson Spires can handle the righties of this Milwaukee Brewers lineup and get through these lefties, he has an opportunity to get away with a win here. I like the Cincinnati Reds in the first game of this series here. Give me them on the money line, backing Spires, and I'm going to be fading Aaron Savali in this spot here. Also, I'm going to be leaning towards the over on the total. So Reds on the money line as an underdog, over on the 8.5 in the total. Next up in Chase Field here, Arizona Diamondbacks 63 and 52 going up against the Philadelphia Phillies 68 and 46. Road favorites here in the Phillies minus 160 with the comeback of the Diamondbacks at a plus 135. Total run set at 8.5. For the public bet percentage here, 93% of the bets, 100% of the money on the Phillies, and rightfully so. Total runs, 96% of the bets and money towards the over 8.5. We have an ace here, Zach Wheeler, 11 and 5 with a 2.77 ERA. Going up against Ryan Nelson here, 8 and 6 with a 4.65 ERA. It was a surprise to see the Philadelphia Phillies as underdogs on the game on Thursday. Right now it's top of the 9th. They're up by 3 runs. They should be able to close this out and take advantage of that spot there against Jordan Montgomery. Now we're getting a spot where they correctly price it a little bit here. It could be a little bit higher, but this is a Phillies team that is in their stride. They just dominated the LA Dodgers, and now they're coming over here in Arizona, which is a hitter-friendly ballpark, and going against lesser pitchers here. Jordan Montgomery was one. Now we get Nelson here. Nelson has struggled at home with a 5.37 ERA at home. Not giving up much power in the power department, but he's giving up a lot of hits. All right, to righties, a 333 batting average, a 1.54 whip, and the BABIP is at 419. All right, versus lefties, a 264 batting average and a 1.30 whip with an xFIP at 5.38. This should be a field day here for the bats, the Phillies, just like we saw for them on Thursday. We should go right back to the well with the Phillies against this pitcher here. Phillies on the money line. Phillies minus 1.5 in the over on the 8.5 with the total. Last but not least here, we have the LA Dodgers in Dodger Stadium here, 66 and 49, going against the Pittsburgh Pirates, 56 and 58. Dodgers are home favorites here, minus 185 with the comeback of the Pirates at a plus 150. Total runs set at 8. All right, for the public bet percentage, 88% of the bets, 84% of the money towards the LA Dodgers here. Total runs, 99% of the bets and 98% of the money towards the over 8 in the total. Starting pitching matchup here, Mitch Keller, 10 and 5 with a 3.20 ERA. He's pitched pretty well this year. Going up against Jack Flaherty, 8 and 5 with a 2.80 ERA. The Dodgers have gotten their ace here. In Jack Flaherty. Dodgers have been struggling to keep pitchers healthy this season here. And in his first start, 6 innings pitched, 7 Ks. He's looking like pretty much the number 2 Cy Young candidate. He was with the Tigers here in Tariq Skubal, and now he's coming over to the Dodgers to be the ace here. Mitch Keller on the other side has pitched solid this season, but he does have a righty issue, a 297 batting average, a 1.62 whip, and the xFIP at 5.70. And those are pretty high, very high numbers here going up against a team here in the LA Dodgers who are coming off a beating by the Philadelphia Phillies here in that 3-game series. I think this is a bounce back spot for the Dodgers in this game 1 of this series. So I love the Dodgers on the money line. And if I had to go with the over-under, I'm going to go with the over 8 runs. I think these Dodgers bats really awaken against the pitcher here in Mitch Keller. And remember, the Pirates bullpen is very, very poor. I think that it continues throughout that bullpen as well. All right. So Dodgers money line over on the 8 total runs. Those are going to be our selections for the Friday slate. Let me know in that comment section down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are going to be your plays for the Friday slate? Definitely we can debate about that down below. Also, if you want to sign up for that Patreon, that link is provided down below. You get the future bets, daily bets, and access to that chat. I'm going to repost my future bets again for the MLB. A lot of new people have coming in. They probably might not have seen it or scrolled down to it. I'm going to post my MLB future yet again. This is the second half of the season. I want you to get that good price before it's gone. All right. Also, I'll be back with another video very soon. All right. Peace out.